Hey, there you go. That was Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. There you are. So the excellent James Hetfield solo. So much power within that solo, and weirdly it fits into 5 licks, so it works well for these videos, 2 bars at a time, apart from the last one which goes 4 bars, but hey, that's just the kind of tail off of the solo itself. So the main bulk of the solo is 8 bars. There you go. So with this solo, breaking it down into these kind of 2-bar chunks, it's an easy-ish solo to play, but it's one of those solos where you're going to need to work at the dynamic, the punch of the sort of strings, or the attack on the strings, another way of putting it, and just the way in which you project it. It's a great solo. It's got so much flavour and emotion to it that it's one of those kind of iconic Metallica songs where you just wait for that solo to come up. Just that first double stop bend is just like immense, and the way that kind of build up to the solo happens is so good. Anyway, enough waffle. So breakdown is coming up in just a second. You've already heard the solo in full, so I won't demo the licks as we go through. I'm just going to go through lick by lick, all linked below in that kind of, what they call them, chapters. That's the one. But if you do like this, please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button for the future notifications, and visiting all the socials as well. Comment below, thumbs up, already said it. There you go. Let's get on with the licks this week. So your first lick basically starts with the 14th fret on that 3rd string, 15th fret on the 2nd string, and a full tone bend of that 3rd string by itself, leaving the 15 where it is. So you get, okay, and then that basically comes down to a single note bend on that 14th fret again, where you bend it up, let it down, and pull off to the 12. So with vibrato. So okay, the X you don't really need to worry about just yet. If you want to put that in, that's fine. It's just a little flavour and I guess a little kind of percussive strike just to flavour things up a little bit. But anyway, it's not important. So then we have a pull off from 12, 11, 12, 11, so that's twice. So that's on the 3rd string. So 14 on the 4th string, going to the 11 on that 3rd string, and then 12 slide to 14 on that 4th string there. Again, vibrato on that note which you're holding on to. Then there's a kind of tail off at the end of that lick, but we'll kind of use that as the beginning of lick 2. It's just the way that it's written out. That's all lick 1. Well, actually, no, let me do that as lick 1 for you now, slowly. So it goes 3, 4, and... So that was lick number 1. Lick number 2, you start with the 14th fret bend again. So a double 12, 12, so that's going to be on the 2nd string, 1st string, once and always rolling that finger across. So, and you're basically doing that twice. So trying to keep, you don't ideally want those 2 notes ringing out at the same time. So that rolling that across kind of almost allows them to ring at the same time, but you are separating them out as well, keeping it clean as you go through. So anyway, twice on the 14, 12, 12, 14, 12, 12, then a pull off from 15 to 12 2nd string, going to the blues scale note on that 15th fret, which is your B flat. The B flat, I had to double check that. B flat on the 3rd string, back to the B on the 12th fret, B flat on the, which is 15 on the 15th fret, 3rd string, 14 on that same string. Then that leads you into bar number 2 of that lick. So you have like that. Great lick anyway, one to get used to and one to put into your playing. Then you have this one where you're bending with your 1st finger, 12th fret, a full tone if you can get it. Don't worry too much about the pitching because it's not overly important to get that because it's quite quick. So that's going to be pushing up, letting down, going to the 14 on the 4th string, and then a double stop with a 14 again. So the same finger that you're using on the 4th string, you slide across to those 2 notes on the 3rd and 2nd strings, which is 14. Strike that again, 13, and then 12 as a single note. But remember the rest in there, so you get. You can double stop that 12 as well and vibrato that'll sound great, but I think the 12 on a single is as it is in a solo. So lick 2 slow. Lick number 3 comes in with a rake, which is one of those things I put into my playing a lot. Just raking through the strings to get to that kind of exit note, as it were, target note. So with a rake, you mute in the strings that you don't need, which you should be doing all the time anyway, and then sort of sweeping through those with a target point of the note which you need, which is in this case the 15th fret 1st string. So I'd use your 3rd finger if you can, or your little finger if that's preferable. So 15, and that's 15, 14 on the 1st string. So rake through, and then to the 12 on that 2nd string. So back to the 15, 14 on that 1st string. Then there's a very quick on the beat grace note slide from the 15 up to the 17. Back to the 15 on that, going into the 2nd bar now. So that's like that. And then you have 14, 15, 14, slide to 12 on that 1st string, very quick. So, sorry. And then to the 12 on that 2nd string to exit that kind of little lick there on that first part of bar 2 of lick 3. That sort of thing. Then back to the 15, 14 1st string, with the 12 on the 2nd string and vibrato applied to that as well. Right, so then again you've got 12, 14, 12, 14, 12 on that 3rd string just to come out of that lick to lead you into lick 4. Lick 3 slow. And that leads you into lick 4. So lick 4 starts with a double stop on the 14th fret, 3rd and 2nd strings. Use your 3rd finger with a bend up and let down, pulling off to the 12 on that 3rd string only. Okay, so you got, that's leading in from the last lick actually, 12, 14, 12. So that's basically the double stop, as I just said, bend up, let down, pull off to the 12, going to the 14 on the 4th string, going 12, 14, well 12 actually on the 3rd string with a 14th fret bend into that lick again, because that kind of reoccurs into this solo. So you got like that, which is the 12, 12 going to the 15 on that 2nd string, with the last part of the solo coming up now. So we've got the 15th fret bend up, pull off, so let down and pull off to the 12, and then that you're kind of going into lick 5 now, which is basically the 15th fret bend, and you're going to hold that. Now the way if you haven't got an E-bow, get loads of gains. There you go, and you should be able to get that sustain on there if you can. And then you're going to hold that all the way through basically 2 bars. So you get... And that leads you into lick 5 on that 2nd bar of the sustaining bend. So 15th fret, imagine this one has already been played on the 1st bar. Gradually let it down, and then you've got 12, 15, 12, and that's a hammer-on pull-off. and then you slide in that down to the 8, to the 7, 5, 7, 5. Licked 4 and 5 together, sounds like this. 3, 4, there it is. So that was your lick, that was it, that was done, that's your solo. Back to me at the end. So you hopefully you've enjoyed that, hopefully you're going to take something from it, and it's just the way that it's so powerful yet quite an emotive solo as well. It's got real grit to it, real kind of emotive grit, there you go. So it's almost like it's telling a really powerful story in the centre of that song. But if you did like it, please do consider that subscribe button, hitting that bell button if you want to be notified of lessons and things coming up. And watch out for all the demos. I've got one coming up probably over the weekend actually of the Hush Pro X, which is the travel guitar with built-in effects. So good, really, really good. So I'll be more on that over the weekend. Anyway, there you go. That is all we've got for you this week. I shall bid you farewell. Make sure actually you visit Patreon page for everything that you won't see on here in the tab. As always, is free on my website, dansguitar.com. Nice one, everyone. I shall see you all later. Goodbye.